Rims it all the way around. Jones hustling back. Good hustle by Kaprizov. Negates an icing. Zuccarello got a piece of it, but now Jones controls. Jones to Donato at center. Back for Teravainen. Works his way into the Minnesota zone to Jones. A shot kicked out by Gustafsson. Long rebound controlled by Nick Foligno. Out of the reach of Bertuzzi. Teravainen goes skate to stick down into the corner with it. Back around for Nick Foligno. Out to Bedard. Up high Jones. Teravainen. Back to Jones. He fires and a save by Gustafsson, who had a good look at the long-range shot. Inside 2 minutes to go.
And he had a great look at that shot because of the way the Minnesota Wild defensemen were boxing out Zach Bogosian and Jake Middleton. Here's the shot right there. And Bertuzzi just sliding off to the side. If you're the Chicago Blackhawks, you're going to want him to stand right in front of the net. Wild deciding to keep same defenseman on the ice.
Here's a chance at the empty net, and Foligno scores! Marcus Foligno, who's had a pair of goals against the Hawks now this season, has goals in back-to-back games, and Minnesota leads it 4-2.
And that all comes off of a face-off win for the Minnesota Wild. What a big goal right there. Freddie Gaudreau with a huge face-off win. Bogosian able to get the puck all the way around the wall, and Matt Boldy able to get the puck out into the open ice, and Marcus Foligno bullseye to give the Wild a 2-goal lead.
Still nearly 2 minutes to go. Bogosian has it deflect by Boldy up and into the Chicago crowd. Face-off will come at neutral ice.
And we saw what the Wild were able to do, down 3 goals last night at home against Calgary. Scored a couple goals late in that one to make it really interesting. I believe 29 seconds left. Calgary Flames had to hang on, but it's amazing in the National Hockey League how fast games can change. Anthony, this game looked like it was dead going into the third period. Wild got themselves in a little bit of penalty trouble. Breakdown on the PK from the Minnesota Wild, and Hawks were able to take advantage of that and got some momentum. The Wild were able to settle things down after they scored their second goal.
Lauko plays it back in. Final minute here in Chicago. And a Wild team that had lost 6 of their last 8 games, desperately in need of a win. Came into Chicago, and while it got a little hairy here in the third, as now Mrazek heads to the bench. Reichel tried to center. Held at the line by Nazar. Tip out front by Reichel. Doc fires off the pad of Gustafsson. Foligno back around behind Middleton there for Minnesota. Off the boards and out. It'll be icing against the Wild. I think when you look back at this game and you look at the stretch here in the third where Chicago had Minnesota a little rattled, had them on the ropes. But the way the Wild played the first 40 minutes is why they were in control of the game at that point and able to withstand it.
Well, they're the better team. We knew coming in who the better team is, but that doesn't mean anything. You got to prove it. And then the Wild came out here tonight and they proved exactly that. Again, 20 seconds left in this game, but let's not discount the 2 kills by the Minnesota Wild, penalty kill, when they needed them the most.
Here's Foligno with another shot at the empty net, and he missed it wide. Gaudreau back of the net, out to Foligno, and he couldn't redirect. A chance for a couple of empty netters for Marcus Foligno. He gets one of them, and that's enough to seal it for the Wild. They win it 4-2 in Chicago. And Minnesota improves to a league best 18-5-3 on the road this year. They win 3 of 4 against Chicago.
Yeah, 95% of the time, Anthony, you get what you deserve in this league. The Minnesota Wild had to hang on a little bit in the third period, but for me, they were the better team from beginning to end. Got a little crazy there halfway through the third period, but the Wild were able to settle things down. Eriksson Ek, Marcus Foligno, and that man, Gustafsson, in the third period when the Wild needed him, the most the last 7-8 minutes. We were able to make a few key saves in this game. And as you mentioned, Anthony, the Minnesota Wild on the road keep the ball rolling.
4-2 the final tonight. Gustafsson snaps a 4-game losing streak for himself. The Wild win it. They start this road stretch with a victory. We'll hear from John Hines next on Wild Live.